What is going on, and welcome back into Barley Studios, everybody who's ready for another awesome YouTube thumbnail tutorial. Now in this video we're going to make an extremely simplified version of a thumbnail. We're going to make it only 1 or 2 layers and call it a day. So let's go ahead and jump into the content here. Now, as I stated before, this is going to be a very simplified thumbnail, and I'm going to keep a lot of this in almost real time. The only time that I'll time-lapse is when I'm erasing the background of an image. So we're going to start off by just going ahead and inserting what? Yes, Jigglypuff the canvas. This is the video where I had sketched in charcoal and graphite the sketch on the back of the canvas. I've been trying to do this on all my canvases, and this is just one of those videos. Now this is a very simple video in general. I'm just kind of sketching a Jigglypuff's angry looking face on the back of the canvas, and it also allowed me to create another sketching video for that playlist. So you can check that out later if you want to. Make sure you visit my homepage and then go to the sketching video. I'll also link that in the info card towards the end of the video. We're just going to go ahead and remove the background there, and then there's the white bleached background that comes standard with the actual Procreate background. You can also change that color if you wanted to, I guess. We're also going to go ahead and activate the previously used background image for this series, which is the Jigglypuff playlist. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that. You can see how bland it looks. When we activate that, even just that pop of pink on the background looks really extravagant, and it makes it look very deep as far as the depth of the thumbnail. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Let's go ahead and edit the image brightness, saturation, and we're not going to mess with the hue on this one because I want it to stay that nice pink standard background that we have for the canvas. So there I am, kind of adjusting the saturation and the brightness. I don't want to go over, above, and beyond and make it look too eye-popping to where it's not like it is in the actual image and in real life. But I do want the image to pop a little bit more than it did when I just took a bleached out version of the image of the canvas there. So what we're doing is we're just tinkering with it back and forth. I up the saturation just a little bit. It intensifies the colors of the ears, and that's really what I'm focusing on. I really wasn't really happy with how it was looking on the interior of the white canvas, the gesso canvas, and the sketch, and then the ears. I couldn't get them to look exactly the same way that I wanted to, so I'm going to go ahead and tinker with it just a little bit to get that general look that I'm looking for. So I'm going to leave the saturation a little bit higher, and the brightness is almost the same as it was before, and I'm really just focusing on the ears. So I'm really happy with how the overall outline of the pink and the canvas looks right now, but I just don't feel like the charcoal actual sketch, the eye of the entire thumbnail, is really popping enough. I feel like that the charcoal needs to be slightly darker, but to do that, if I use the entire image and then lower the brightness, it darkens everything. But I want that pink around the exterior of the canvas to stay as bright as it is, as far as saturation and brightness. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to duplicate the image there, and I'm going to go ahead and erase everything except for just the canvas. This is just a very rough in general, just removal here, just to go all the way around the exterior, remove everything that's not the white canvas, and then we're going to lower the brightness a little bit. Originally I was thinking about making it a little bit more brighter, but I think that the darker contrast of the sketch on the white canvas actually helps it a little bit more as far as making it more eye-popping. Now you can go either way with it, whichever you prefer, but if I recall correctly, I do go ahead and lower the brightness quite a bit on the actual sketch itself. So we're going to go ahead and go into Hue, Saturation, and Brightness tool, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that the background is selected for the sketch, and we're going to go ahead and tinker with the brightness here. You can see that just messing with the brightness really does change the way that the overall item looks. It darkens the overall thumbnail quite a bit, and it makes that charcoal stand out quite a bit more. See, as you can see, if I brighten it there, it just makes sure it's just too bright, right? So if you even just take it up just a little bit too far, it makes it where it's bleaching it out quite a bit, and you just don't want that. So you kind of got to find that medium ground. Zoom all the way out so you can see what it looks like on like a mobile device before you kind of settle on any one way there. So we're going to kind of settle with just a little bit lower brightness there, not very much at all. And there I'm really kind of happy with how that looks in general. It's really something small that works out for it, and but it means a lot when it's all said and done. Just that you doctored the image a little bit, you did some work to it, and you're just trying to improve the overall saturation or the brightness of it. Now, if we go back into the tool with the same image highlighted there, and we messed with the saturation tool, you can either add a little bit of a brown tinge to the actual canvas itself, or you can go all the way down and it actually removes it and it bleaches out the background. So same as before, I'm really kind of happy with how it looks in general. I do up the saturation on that just slightly to make it a little bit more tinge of a brown. And then of course what we're going to do is we're going to fix this blend line here. So we're going to go ahead and match the color picker there on the darker side. And then I'm going to go ahead and lower the opacity of the brush, lower the size, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly blend this in very slowly. So that way that seam is just not such a hard edge and it's a little bit blended there. It's really not necessary, but it is important just to have like a nice cohesive image for the most part. So it's just kind of like blending it, editing the kind of like the fade line there. So that way it's just not such a harsh edge and it can be told that I actually edited the image just by anybody that's looking at the thumbnail there. So not too bad there. I'll go ahead and select the background where the ears and the hand are. And I'll kind of tinker with editing and removing the little edge there. I do remove a little bit of the background of the other image, but that's fine. That's no big deal. So far, I'm really happy with how it looks. We're going to go ahead and export that. And where are we going to go, you guys? We're going to go into YouTube Studios, and I'm going to show you what it looks like uploaded here. So we're going to go ahead and override the generic crappy image. And we're going to go ahead and upload this awesome image here. Now, this does not have any text on it. It's just me, my hand, the charcoal pencil there, and we have upped the saturation and brightness quite a bit. Very simplified, right, guys? Now, let's just take it a step further, you guys. What if we wanted to go ahead and put text on the image? So we're going to go into my favorite thing is Canva, and we're going to go ahead and upload the image, and we're just going to put a simple text on there. Now, the reason I'm really doing this, guys, is because the A/B thumbnail testing feature is going to be coming out soon, and I want to have some images that I can upload to kind of do some back testing on some of these old videos, no matter how far out I get that feature, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and create 2 thumbnails with the same background image, one with text, one without, and we're going to kind of test to see which one is more successful. So we're going to go ahead and finish uploading that image there. You can see we've already doctored a few of the previous videos and images in the playlist, so you can go back and check those out. I will link that video at the very end of this one, so you can go and check out that entire playlist. It's a wide range of all sorts of thumbnail making videos. And I try to focus on something specific each time, even if I do the same process for the most part for all of them. It's just really fun to be able to create more items there. And when I say items, I mean more like thumbnail creation videos. I'm not a digital artist, but this is just what I've been doing lately. And I think that it's just also a good way of me advertising the kind of videos that I'm making for my actual art, whether that be canvas or tumblers or anything that I make in between. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go ahead and select the glow font there. And you can apply that effect to any image in general, or any font in general. So you can always go into the font and choose a different one and then just have it applied. We're just going to keep this very simplified, and we're just going to use the same pink font that we've been using for the majority of all the Jigglypuff thumbnails there. And we're just going to put charcoal there, because this indeed, after all, is a charcoal sketch on the back of the canvas. Now, I don't really like how bright that pink is, so we're going to go ahead and go into effects, and we're going to up the intensity a little bit, and that creates more of a white core of each letter, and with a pink hue behind it. And that makes the font a little bit more eye-popping than it would be naturally. That way, when it's zoomed all the way out, then it can really just pop. And I've been using that in a few of the other videos, so I want to make sure I keep that consistent throughout if I can. Same thing for the background. Remember, we're using the same background as before. What do you think, you guys? As we jump into YouTube Studios, we're going to upload that and change the image again, and we'll use the A/B feature when it comes out. Make sure you subscribe and like if you like this type of video, and check out these other ones. These are all videos that I've made in the past. Later, guys.